there's two questions I always ask when I meet generals, right? And I've been lucky enough to have dinner with more than a few in my life. Is what was your favorite rank? They all say the same, captain. They all love being captain. They think it's super cool because like, I'm in charge of a company. I could overthrow a country because I have so many people. Right. The other one is who's your favorite general? More than once I've asked that question. That has resulted in rants about how much they dislike MacArthur. He was not prepared. He did not put the planes up. He was told to put the planes up in the air in Manila. And he was like, I don't need to listen to you. I'm General MacArthur. It's like, okay, dude. Oh, then they bombed the crap out of all the planes on the ground so we couldn't even defend ourselves. And then he was like, I'm not going to, he had the defense of Manila instead of falling back to a more defensible position. He didn't let them fall back. So he had the Bataan Death March was his fault. So, and then he evacuated at night. And then that famous picture of him coming aboard, with his pants get wet in the water, he yelled at the photographer because he thought it made him look incompetent. And then when it became this great video, then he didn't prepare any of the defensive lines during the Korean War. So we get pushed back to Incheon, and the Marine Corps has to bail him out and do an amphibious landing. Do you realize how crazy it is to think that they had to do an amphibious landing when jet aircrafts exist? What are we doing? So they do that. The Marine Corps pushes up to the 30th parallel, and they're chilling there. And Truman's like, yo, guys, good job. You won. You pushed North Koreans back. And he tells MacArthur, he's like, hey, MacArthur, don't advance towards the Chinese border. Because the Chinese were like, hey, we get why you did that, why you just pushed the North Koreans back. Cool, but the reason North Korea exists today is because China's like, we'd like a buffer zone against South Korea. So MacArthur's like, okay, but he's like, I want more glory. So he starts marching north, and he was reporting back. He's reporting back to the Pentagon that he's still at the 30th parallel. And then he ends up pushing the Marine, but then because he's having South Koreans advance, but then the army's supporting them. So he gets all the way up to the border with China, and then China's like, what are you doing? This looks like we're about to get invaded. It's like if somebody started in southern Mexico and marched an army towards the Rio Grande, we'd be like, what are you doing, dude? We didn't want Mexico near the Rio Grande, during this time period. This time period is in the 1840s.
So you don't like MacArthur?
Yeah, and then his solution was why don't we drop a lot of nukes? And Truman fired him, was like, so you screwed up. You screwed up in two wars. You screwed up in two wars by being unprepared and being overly boastful. If it wasn't the Marines at Chosin, and he made fun of the Marines at Chosin because the Marine who's in charge of logistics was like, hey, I'm going to build all these airstrips because we don't have logistics. And he was like, oh, that's goofy. Look at the Marine Corps building airstrips. It's if you think the Marine Corps is being too conservative, you're a lunatic. You're a lunatic, you view a war. So no, thank you. MacArthur, I think, is one of the worst generals.
That's really funny. I always thought Patton was going to be the lower on that list.
Benedict Arnold, because, I don't know who's worse, because Benedict Arnold at least knew he was betraying his country.
Good at what he's doing, too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He at least knew he was betraying his country. I don't think MacArthur realizes his complete egoism. I'm so angry. I'm so angry that he's considered a good general in the pop culture.
So how does MacArthur rank against Jackson?
Worse. Jackson accomplished things. Even though I don't agree with Jackson, at least he was a good military leader. But no, please show me the great thing MacArthur has done. That wasn't either him having overwhelming fire support and really good Marines with him, or him having a bunch of subordinate generals who are amazing at their job. I'm sorry, no, I'm absolutely not.
Okay,
no,
toss him off. Put Omar Bradley on that list, and let's
love Omar Bradley. Okay, so love Omar Bradley, tactician.